All right, I want to vent real quick. Okay, so yesterday at work, I was just chilling, and then my wife texts me and says the hot water is not working. So I was like, great. So I get home from work and I check the attic because that's where the water heater is. How convenient. And yeah, sure enough, there is a leak. Not the water heater leaking, but the pipe above the water heater, which is still not good. But yeah, this is a recurring problem in this house. We bought the house new. We've lived in it for 10 years, so these are 10-year-old everythings. And the pipes will just break every so often. And we've had at least two major incidents where the cheap pipes have broken for some reason and caused a lot of damage. And yeah, not fun. But this one, I'm hoping it's not too bad relatively. But yeah, it's well, I was lucky because I don't really know a plumber. I used to go with this company, this local big company of plumbing, and at first I thought they were like fairly priced, like, oh, this is a fair price. They're not cheap, but they'll get the job done. But the last two times I used them, they like ripped me off, like totally ripped me off. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not using them again. And they kind of lure you in by saying like, oh, if you work with us, you get a free membership, and for a whole year we'll come over and check your stuff for free, and you get all these benefits. But what are those benefits good for if you're getting ripped off anyway? So it's just like a way of getting you into their little bubble. But anyway, so my dad's neighbor's brother is a plumber. So my dad's neighbor was kind enough to come over and take a look, and hopefully his plumber brother will come over and fix it today. I'm actually working from home today. Maybe that's a good thing because I've been pretty distracted at work, and I'm kind of busy at work, actually, low-key busy at work. But yeah, working from home today. Hopefully he comes. I guess the one downside of working with like individual plumbers or independent plumbers is that the communication isn't great. You know, with a large company, they'll like text you and email you, and they have this whole thing, but I guess you pay for that. But yeah, I'm just happy to find a plumber that's not an expensive one. Hopefully, we'll see. I never used him before, but hopefully this should be a smallest job. I'm hoping he can get the pilot light back on my water heater. It's kind of wet down there in the drip pan. I gotta like scoop out that water somehow to a bucket and get that thing dry somehow. But so yeah, I mean, these things happen in life. I mean, life is not always super smooth, and sometimes there's seasons or events that are not so great, not so convenient. But you know, maybe this is how God gets you to build experience and test your gratitude, right? I mean, even if the water heater breaks and everything, I mean, I'm still grateful for everything that God has given me. But you know, we just gotta get past this carnal like displeasure of like, oh, getting annoyed and stuff like that. Because yes, it is annoying, it's not fun, but hey, it happens to everyone, you know, and it can be fixed, and God provides. All right, quick update. So it's 1 day later, so instant update here. So everything is well. Yesterday, the plumber came by right at 9 a.m. and everything was super smooth. He just looked at it and fixed it, turned both my water heaters back on, and gave me an invoice. I sold him 225 bucks. All right, it's pretty good. I know plumbers can be pretty dang expensive. I've had unfortunately, I had some experience with plumbers, at least with big name plumbing companies. So 225, I'll take it. And now I know a plumber that I believe does reasonable pricing, and he's a nice guy who's pleasant to work with. Gave me a fist bump and said, yeah, just pay me whenever you can. When I zelled him right away, I zelled him a little bit more, just show my appreciation. And he said he charged me the minimum amount, because that's a kind of a loose connection. I think his brother is my dad's neighbor. So all's good. We have running water now. because for some reason in the showers and bathtubs, it needed the hot water line to pressurize or something like that. So you don't know what you're missing until you lose your water. And this reminds me of this question of what would you rather lose, your running water or your electricity? Because they both suck for different reasons. But maybe this is just kind of God's reminder of gratitude. It's like, hey, we have all these amazing things. We have a roof over our heads. We have running water, electricity, I don't know, sewer system, people to take out our trash. All these things are amazing. And sometimes it's just, we need a reminder. It's like, let's be grateful for this. And also a reminder of how important community is, right? I mean, the world's a big place, but you can only be close to the people you're close with. So this is your neighbor helping you out, basically, people living around you. So community is very important. And I think that's biblical. I think the Bible teaches that. It's like you take care of you, your family, people who depend on you, and then the people around you. And it's like almost like this thing, they call it concentric circles, right? It gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And you take care of your family, your community, your country, and then you can start worrying about other countries, because sometimes we skip those steps, right? We want to help everyone. We want to help people living 50,000 miles away from us, and that's a good thing. It's good to have a soft heart for that. But that doesn't mean we neglect the people close to us, right? It reminds me of like work-life balance. Like some people love their work so much, which is a good thing. They love their work. They want to do a good job and help the company, which is good. But you should also take care of your family, right? So work-life balance. You should take care of your family too. So don't just ignore your family and to try to get better at work. Try to do both. Try to balance both. But anyway, yeah, grateful that the water pipe thing has been resolved. Not totally break the bank. And yeah, I had to work from home yesterday. Well, I was productive yesterday. It was one of those days where I knew I had to deal with this plumber, and I was kind of running around making sure I got my stuff done. So pretty good day for productivity. Now working from home today. Happy Friday. Gonna try to do a good job today as well. Hello, another update. I spoke too soon. So I came home and I was taking out the trash and checking on the house, and I saw my drainage pipes leaking. And I've never seen a leak here before. I was like, okay, that's weird. And this leak is going pretty strong. So I texted my plumber, call him my plumber now. Texted my plumber and said, hey, is this normal? And he said, yeah, that's probably the TMP. Let me go and check it out. So a few hours later, he came by and he looked at it, tested it, and says, yeah, he has to fix one of them. He says it's not cheap. Even though I looked online, it says the part is cheap, but the labor is not so cheap. So I don't know. He says you only need to fix one of them. So I was like, okay. So he fixed it, and I owe him an extra $275. So $225 plus $275. So do the math. I don't know, what is that? 400, 500 bucks? Around 500 something bucks for this little plumbing issue. I mean, plumbing issues are not cheap, and they just kind of keep building. Yeah, it's like, it's just, you know they say, the joys of home ownership. So, but obviously grateful to have a home, grateful to have everything. God provides. God, we were blessed to have this house and have enough money to pay for these repairs, and maybe have enough money to support the community. Because as I was walking near my plumber, he's a funny guy. He's like, don't look inside my van. It's very messy. I was like, okay, I'm not going to look. It's like, yeah, my van got broken into about a month ago. I was like, oh, that sucks. And he says they stole $11,000 worth of tools. I was like, wow, did you have insurance for that? And he's like, no. I was like, what? $11,000. I mean, I've had to pay a lot of plumbing repairs and what do you call it? Remediation, whatever, like when you repair the damage stuff. And that wasn't cheap either. You know, it's like 5,000 plus 2,000 plus 1,000. So, but even then, that's like still less than, getting close to, but still less than $11,000. And that's just repairs, you know, and him is just in one day, just randomly $11,000 worth of tools disappeared. That sucks. You know, it's not like, you know, I don't think I'm called to like help him find his tools again, but it's just another reminder about community, that we live in a town or city with other people, and the economy is part of how that all works, right? Like we pay money for services, and that helps people, and I offer my services, and yeah. Anyway, that is hopefully the last update of this little mini saga, but you never know. But at least I have a plumber now that I can call if something happens again, and who knows, maybe he'll give me a discount. Maybe if the other TNP breaks, maybe he can fix it for, I don't know, maybe $200 or something. I don't know. But yeah, sometimes you get some money, sometimes you give some money. And I don't know what else to say about that.